This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Facebook Marketplace is quite literally a magical online place where you can buy anything. I'm not gonna lie, but the minute I wake up, I'm on Facebook Marketplace. The minute I go to bed, I'm scrolling on Facebook Marketplace. I've gotten vintage furniture, like my pink armoire for only 60 bucks. All the clothing racks that I use for my markets and for my whatnot shows, got them there for less than 35 bucks. People have even gone as far as buying food and finding rooms and houses to rent on Facebook Marketplace. I don't know if I'm ready for that quite yet or if I ever will be, but I did find a very personalized style bundle listing for 60 bucks. This is the first bundle listing that I've ever come across, and to be honest, if I would have seen this on Depop, this cover photo would have not gotten me. To me, I'm just like, this is a little too good to be true. Everything is literally such a good piece, and for only $60, like one of these shirts alone would be 60 bucks. So let's just go through the description real quick because it does say very personalized bundle. It comes with 4 pieces, 2 accessories. Something that's so crazy is that you never really know if it's gonna be a scam or not because you have to send the money first. So you're sending money without meeting up first, without actually seeing the items. You just gotta risk it for the biscuit. So that's exactly what I did. I sent my 60 bucks through Zelle, and then afterwards I sent over my sizes, my measurements, and then she also asked for any colors or clothing that you don't like to wear. I'm pretty much open-minded, so I told her I'm open to any colors from like pastel to anything dark. The only thing that I didn't want were pants because I don't wear pants at all, really. And then I had to send her my Pinterest board, which we'll go through together. And then she said that we have to allow her 5 to 7 days so that she can gather everything. And then I drove over to her place, which was literally only a 12-minute drive from where I live. I know what you're thinking. You're just like,
girl, you're so stupid. What are you doing?
But don't worry, y'all. Like I always say, let me be your guinea pig. Let me find the good listings, the good sellers, so that way you guys can buy from them. Because last week I was scammed on Facebook Marketplace. I'm now out of $500, but that video will come next week. But I actually had faith in this girl just because, okay, little tip here if you're ever on Facebook Marketplace is that if you're a little unsure about a listing, go into the seller's profile, look at their rating, their strengths, any reviews, but also the other listings that they have posted. Cause I'm seeing $70 for a unique remake top. We have $55 for another remake top, a $45 remake top, which I'm pretty sure these are DIYs that she does herself. I'm like 99% sure she's gonna include a DIY top, so if she does, you can already justify the 60 bucks. But I do want to show you my Pinterest board that I sent over to her. I actually curated this specifically for this bundle, but it's like low-key ridiculous in the sense that it's so unrealistic because I also do bundles, but I usually like to work off Depop likes just because it's easier to reference a single item and find like a duplicate of that. Whereas on Pinterest, I feel like a lot of the images are a little bit more aesthetic. It's harder to like pinpoint and focus on like a singular piece of clothing because it focuses more on the image as a whole. But this is what I had sent over. A lot of pieces that were spaghetti straps, camis, tank tops, sleeveless tops, but they have a lot of lace, a lot of details like ruffles, buttons, trimming. And as far as color, I did everything from like very light pastel, pinkies, blues, greens, and blacks. But like, come on, who's gonna include something like this in a $60 mystery bundle? Everything that I included really is like grail after grail after grail. I included a handful of Mandalay pieces, which if you guys know Mandalay, it's like selling on Depop right now for like over $200 a piece. As far as what I think is in the bundle, I'm not expecting duplicates of these like grails. Really what I think is gonna be in here is just pieces that are inspired or have like similar details. But before we go pick up my mystery bundle, I do want to tell you about today's video sponsor, which is Squarespace. They empower individuals to create an online web presence, but also launch their passion projects. So if you've been wanting to create your own professional website that's accessible on your phone, your laptop, or a desktop, where you can sell tangible items, sell digital items, sell a service, sell access to videos, or just use it as a blog, you can do it on Squarespace. And the good thing too is that you don't need to be tech savvy. They make it as easy as possible with a few features that they offer. So the first one is a library full of different website templates, and all you gotta do is choose the one that best fits your needs, and then you get to customize it. Another feature they have is inventory management, and this is for anyone who wants to sell tangible items. Squarespace will keep track of all your inventory, and Squarespace will send you notifications when something sells, is low in stock, or completely out of stock. One of my favorite features they have is called video collections. This is where you can sell access to or feature videos on your website. and all you gotta do is copy and paste the URL link to the video you wanna showcase. So if you wanna check out Squarespace, there is a 14-day trial waiting for you at squarespace.com, but when you're ready to launch, visit squarespace.com/Fennell to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Let's go pick up my mystery bundle. I'm a seasoned Facebook Marketplace user, so I would never recommend anyone to pick anything up this late at night, but it was the only time that this girl was available for a pickup because she was studying earlier, so I didn't want to disrupt that. But okay, let me text her that we're here. I really have no idea how she's gonna deliver the bundle, whether it's gonna be like in a box, in a bag. Maybe she might just hand me the items. I'm not too sure, but I pretty much told her that I was here, so I'm gonna pass this to Art. Got it. Oh my gosh, should we take a little sneak peek? Oh my gosh, wait. She wrapped it. This is so cute. Thank you for your purchase, for purchasing a fairy bundle. I gave one unique, what does that say? Remake top, because it goes, oh my god, I knew it. I knew it. I think she's a seamstress, a sewer, whatever the term is. She made me a top, guys. Oh my god, I'm so freaking excited. And then we've got some pearls and a little apple clip. And then the last thing I see in here is a cute little baggie. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to wait the entire night, but tomorrow morning, we're gonna tear this open. It's time, y'all, to open up my mystery bundle. Okay, so I picked it up last night. I did notice that this was on the outside, so I'm wondering if maybe she forgot to include the additional accessory because there's supposed to be 4 clothing items, 2 accessories. And so the first thing we have is this little pouchy here. I think it was a bag, but it's missing the little crossover strap. I might use this when I travel and I need to like carry all my travel size makeup. It'll go right in here. We did get this little pouchy here. We've got plenty of stickers. Got a little thank you card that's handwritten. How sweet. We've got an apple patch. We've got a faux pearl necklace on a little stretchy band. And then we've got a little barrette that's textured. It almost looks like a tongue, to be honest. So we'll clip her in, wear her right now, because she might match the clothes that we have in here. And so she just delivered it in this paper bag, but this is it. I wonder what color palette she went for. Oh, okay, so we went lighter, we went pink. And then also one thing that I wanted to call out is that she puts, I gave one unique remake top because it goes with the theme. Enjoy it. Okay, let's just pull out the very first item. Okay, it's white. Oh my gosh, and it's old school Forever 21. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Already we're off to such a great start. It has little puff sleeves. We got a smocked waist, the little buttons and spread collar, and I'm not sure if you can tell, but it has like a white striped tonal print. I don't know if this would necessarily give fairy. To me, it's giving a little bit more like office siren. But again, I'm not very picky at all, and since it is vintage, I'm loving it already. But if you are going expecting 100% fairy, I don't know if you would be happy with this, but I am. I did peek already, and I saw some pink. What is this? No, no. Okay, we have Wild Fable. No, okay. See, I wasn't sure based off the listing if we were gonna get modern pieces, vintage pieces, and so far, we're 1 for 1. No, I just feel like Wild Fable is like the worst to get. I am boycotting Target right now, so I don't even shop there. But I mean, it is new with tags. I know a lot of the Goodwills in the area get a lot of Wild Fable, Target, surplus clothing, so dang it. I'm not gonna lie though, it is a really cute dress. But the minute that I felt this like satin fabric, I was like, damn, it's not vintage. But I mean, this is pretty spot on with her photo listing. It's lined. I like that it's pretty short. It is really giving fairy. I do wish it was vintage though. And then at the end of the day, I do have to tell myself, the listing didn't say it was gonna all be vintage. So it really was a gamble. Okay, that means 2 pieces are left. Let's just pull this one out here. Okay, we've got a little skirt. This is Vibe and Tribe. This is all right, not really my style. We've got little, actually, I don't know if this is a top or if it's a skirt. one of those versatile pieces. It could be either or, but it's smocked and stretchy at the very top and then tiered at the very bottom. I don't like this, y'all. The prints aren't really my style. To me, this is giving a little bit more boho than fairy. And then the brand Vibe and Tribe, I've never heard of. And I also don't see, oh no, and it's damaged. We have a little hole here, which that does suck, but it's okay. It's easy to reinforce that. Just a few stitches under the sewing machine. Oh, here it is. It's made in India. It's imported, 100% polyester. Yeah, this is modern. This isn't vintage either. No! Okay, now we have our second modern piece. I can see why she included this though, but I do feel like my Pinterest gave a little bit more feminine and romantic. This, to me, just screams youthful and loud. So then we're down to our very last item, which I think is gonna be our reworked piece that she made herself. Let's see. Oh, this time she went a little bit lighter in color. It's like a nude. Okay, I'm not mad about this. This is very pretty. I would say this one is a little bit more romantic. It's like nudie blush color. And the straps on this are thin, very delicate. Yes, I'm being a little particular, but I am gonna just inspect the inside of the shirt just to see how the sewing is, because see this? Super clean. They used a serger to clean all the edges. And then on this side, same thing. Pretty nice, super clean and secure. Same with the hem. Where they attached the ruffles, they just did a single straight stitch, but they didn't serge the edges. So that's not really secured. But I mean, since it's just the ruffles, I don't think it's too much of an issue because it's not that much weight pulling down on it. And then with this little embroidered patch here, it looks like they just went over it with a few stitches too under the sewing machine. On the back here, they used a black elasticized band. I kind of wish they would have used white so it could look a little bit more cohesive because it does stand out. The tummy area is going to be totally sheer. They did line the cups, which is super nice. Now I guess the test is going to be, does it actually fit, and did they go based off my measurements? So those are our 4 items. Right now, I'm feeling a little meh about it. Like 2 pieces I do really like, 2 pieces I'm not crazy about, but let's see once they're on my body if I change my mind. Here's the very first top that we pulled, and to be honest, out of all the items we received, this is my favorite piece, and it's not even fairy aesthetic. And of course I would get red lipstick right on the front. I paired it with like green colored things to give more like forest fairy, natural fairy. So I have a cute little flower necklace, this lace tiered floral bag. And so I think together, I don't think it gives fairy quite yet, but it's still summery and cute. And really, I think this works out for me just because I am super open-minded. But I mean, if anyone else were to be going into this bundle really expecting fairy, I think they might be disappointed receiving this top. Here we have the Wild Fable dress. It's really cute on, and thank goodness that Wild Fable runs a little bit big because I'm on my period right now and my bloating, it's so hard to fit into a lot of my clothes right now. So this dress is actually really comfy on, but I will admit, and I don't know if it's just like me being very picky, but I don't like tie-dye prints. I've never really been a fan of them. So I'm loving the cut and the silhouette of this. I'm just not crazy about the all-over print. I haven't stepped into a Target in years, so I'm not sure if this is something like that's part of their newer collection that you can find now, whether it's older, if they sourced this at a thrift store. I surprisingly love the hem of this. Usually I'm like a micro mini type of girl, but with the shoes I think it looks super nice, so I do really like it, but I don't think I like it enough to keep it in my closet. So another piece that's going into the clothing swap. Here's that little mini skirt. I feel like we were successful when it comes to styling it like a fairy, but like alone, does it truly give fairy? I really don't think so. Looking at it more now that it's actually on my body, I feel like it's a piece that you would wear when you're on vacation or if you're at the beach and you want to wear it over your bikini bottom but keep your bikini top on. That's what I envision it more as. So ultimately, I don't think it's an ugly piece. I do think it's cute, just not cute for me. And you know what? That's what it means to buy a mystery bundle. It really is just gambling and a risk of whether you'll like the items or not, because really you're trusting the buyer to curate for you. But it's okay, none of the clothes is gonna go to waste, because even though it didn't work out for me, it could work out for someone else. So I'm gonna put it into the clothing swap for USAGI Mercado. Here we have that DIY top. This is so precious. I love it. And really, you gotta stop and think about how this seller literally took time out of her day, out of her schedule, to sit down and sew this top. To me, that's going above and beyond just to fulfill a mystery bundle. I love that the cups are lined, so I'm not wearing a bra. You don't see any nips. I know I was complaining quite a bit about the elastic band being black, but I don't think it's too noticeable once you have it on. My only complaint is that the back self-tie closure is a little bit too short. Like, I don't have big boobs. I have A cups and it was really hard to tie, so I can't imagine if you have larger than a B cup, you're gonna need a lot more string. But I think the shirt is gonna hold up pretty nicely. Like, you can tell that she knows how to sew and she knows what she's doing, because even the like thinnest little straps here, they don't feel like they're gonna snap off. And even the measurements, I feel like they're pretty dang spot on. I do have like a little bit of room here, which feels nice because I'm pretty bloated from my period, so even on my period, I feel really comfy in this. Let's talk my final thoughts on this $60 fairy bundle. Okay, ooh, I hate to say it, but really I only like 2 of the 4 items. I don't necessarily think everything was fairy coated, especially like the accessories. This I would say is a little bit more like indie sleaze. The pearls I would say probably give a little bit more mermaid core, but that's also the thing with these bundles, is that not everyone interprets aesthetics the same way. And so what I think would be fairy isn't necessarily what someone else would see as fairy. But I love this shirt, not fairy whatsoever. I do think this bundle is worth it alone if it comes with a DIY top. So I don't think it's guaranteed that she will include one in every single bundle. So I would say that if you like this shirt only, go shop with her on Facebook. She has plenty of listings of different tops that she sells, and I don't know, maybe DM her. She might be open to making one specifically for you. Another thing is not knowing if your bundle's gonna be vintage, modern, or a combination of the two, and the listing doesn't say anything about that. And I guess it was my fault for assuming that all style bundles are thrifted or secondhand or include vintage clothing, just because the way I found out about mystery bundles was watching iGirl, and she exclusively sources at thrift stores. And other style bundle content that I consume and watch, they're all thrifters. So yeah, I guess I didn't really cross my mind that modern pieces would be included. And I have nothing against modern clothing, I just don't really wear it very often. I do buy it, like when I go to sample sales, all that clothes is modern. I do sometimes buy fast fashion if I see like that one piece that I know is gonna last in my wardrobe for years. But I do have just like a deeper appreciation for vintage brands, vintage tags, and vintage just construction in general. But again, none of this is gonna go to waste. I am gonna put it into the clothing swap for USAGI. So would I buy bundles from her again? Probably not, but I still really like this experience, and I like that I discovered that she makes her own fairy tops. So I do want to leave her information down below in case you really like them and you want to shop one from her. And she has them in a whole bunch of different colors and prints, so you should go check them out. But let me know what you think about this bundle, and if you think the $60 is worth it. If there's any other reseller that you want me to purchase a mystery bundle from, let me know down below in the comments. But as always, y'all, thanks so much for watching. I do post videos at least once a week. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!